Oh, bloody hell, don't tell me it's bloody upside down. Or bloody sideways. For fuck's sakes. I'm just going to stop this feed and start again. If I can find a way to do it. Bloody Nora. What about that? No, that just changes the camera orientation. What about that? It still says rotate device. You've got to be shitting me. Alright, try. It says it's reconnecting, but it's still not going the right direction. I don't want to put it up that way. Alright, looks like I'm putting it up that way. It's not going to sit proper. Anyway, greetings. Good to see all you zero people. I don't know how to bloody... Oh, I don't know. Let's just try move that over there. Oh, everything in life is fun, isn't it? Let's try this then. Good enough. Alrighty. So, as I was trying to say, before I was rudely interrupted by my own inadequacies, fuck's fucking sakes! This is going to be a fun day today, I can tell you already. Sweet. Stay. Good camera. For fuck's sakes. It's alright, there's plenty of time to get it together. So, if we could, I don't know how you can replay that.
Hey, I'm Fight the Flat Earth.
Here we go.
Back to the channel that's got stupidity
This is
running
this
scared. You can't hide.
fucking wanker I've been,
Recently, I reached
having a bit of fun
5,000
with
subscribers, and thank you to every single one of you. Look out for the 5,000 subscribers special coming very soon. Today is episode 3
So I
of
can't hold it very
Say
still.
What, the show where I keep telling the Flat Earthers how their viewing, commenting, and downvoting is helping my channel. Yet they keep doing it, and they keep commenting stupid shit. Today we're also going to have a special look at one of my biggest
Anyway.
fans. I'd even call him a fight.
I'm really sick of him. What I should find is this dude, Mr. Cheswick.
Science experiments with Simon.
We'll go to his channel. I think it'll be better. And let's have a quick look at Mr. Quag. Shit, he's done a heap more new ones too. Alright, let's have a look at this one. I haven't seen this one. Bedtime Stories.
I'm the storyteller, and my stories must be told. I have many stories, tales for both the young and old.
Mr. Cheswick, who is one of Dell's fanboys, I mean, if you go to his channel, it's pretty much like an advert for me. Why are you picking on me? There's so many other people. I don't know why you're targeting me.
Because you call yourself Fight the Flat Earth.
To fall for it and then keep it to themselves, that's great. But if you're then going to come on YouTube and try and spread that shit, then I'm going to call you a fucking idiot over and over until you go away. I don't have respect for any flat earther. I mean, this Mr. Cheswick was literally obsessed with the thought that I was part of a military conspiracy, because I know I've become friends with Jared from 82 Productions, and I'm a veteran. So
this one's fucking boring, Craig.
On a Friday,
Let's watch you driving in your car. It's far more fun. Come on. Oh, that one's too sad to watch. This one.
It's not quite so Jaguar. I bought it in Primrose Hill from a bloke from Brazil.
Can you believe it?
I've been driving in my car. It don't look much, but I've been far. I drive up to Maswell Hill. I've even been to Selseyville. I drove along the M45. I had her up to 58. This cop stopped me the other day. Your mistake, what could I say? The tires were
I like this song too. Until now. You gotta be fucking shitting me. Look at that wanker.
I like driving in my car. It don't look much, but I've been far. I like driving in my car. Even with a flat tire. I like driving in my car.
Xbox! Yeah! Okay, I've had enough of that. Anyway, I'm just here to bottle some beer. That's what I'm going to do. And while I'm doing it, I'm just going to live stream and chat to anybody who wants to come on the chat and ask me any questions, which I may or may not have an answer to with regards to the moon. Because it's the moon, as I said, constantly over and over on my live debates that I've had so far. I've only been on 2. It's the moon that debunks the globular spinning Earth. G'day, Plain Truth. How are you, buddy? The moon is the absolute killer of the globe, and any astrophysicist will tell you that. An astrophysicist who knows their shit, who really believes that we're on this spinning ball going, all the various speeds that we're going, will tell you that the moon is absolutely impossible. It just can't exist on the heliocentric model. And so when I put that to the globular believers, these people who are fighting hard to believe in the spinning ball, they got nothing. They clam up and they try and change subjects and talk about something else and talk about the angular view of the sun, 15 degrees per hour. It's like, well, that's easily explained also from a stationary planar Earth. It's because the sun itself is an apparition that doesn't even exist until a viewer is viewing it from beneath the atmosphere. So through the atmosphere. If you went above the atmosphere, if you were hypothetically capable of doing so and looking down upon the sun would appear to be a black hole. It is a black hole sun. And that's how I easily explain the full moon phenomenon. The moon is illuminated by the sun. Okay, so this is what I've come to talk about, is the moon. The moon is illuminated by the sun 24/7. There's always 50% of it facing the sun, illuminated by it. Us far down below only see whatever amount we see, depending on how far or near it is to the sun. So when it's directly opposite, that's when we see a full moon. So we see a full moon when it's directly opposite from our perspective. Hang on a sec. So if we were able to view it from above, how we would see it is this black hole sun surrounded by light and a white moon illuminated by the sun surrounded by darkness. And that is what the Chinese have worked out is the perfect yin-yang symbol when viewed from, if potentially viewed from above. That's the full moon phase. And of course, you know, the moon takes 50 minutes longer every day to go around, so it gets a little bit nearer to the sun every day after the full moon by 50 minutes per day, which is quite a lot. It's almost an hour. And that's why the illuminated part of it appears to us less and less and less until it gets right near the sun. It's so near to it, we can't see it illuminated by the sun at all. It's called the new moon phase. And it's invisible to us for a good nearly 48-hour period. I think there's a 36-hour is the record of somebody being able to photograph a new moon. And that is why there's this other physical body up there, celestial body, which is called Rahu. That's what we call it now. Maybe it hasn't always been called that, but this is the name we've taken on now, calling it Rahu. And to me, this was the first moon that was made to put up there. And it didn't go into orbit properly. It failed to go into orbit properly, and so it just hangs near the sun, so it's like a new moon the whole time, and that's why we never see it. But there are occasionally snapshots where we see what looks to be a second sun, because it's merely just another moon-like body reflecting sunlight. And that's the thing that comes between the sun and the moon once in a while and causes the lunar eclipse. It's not because the sun's going below the earth casting the Earth's shadow onto the moon. Whoever thought that idea? Yeah, it stood the test of time for a long time, but now we know better. So I'm happy to answer any sort of questions about the moon. Well, I sit here on this public holiday and bottle a whole shitload of beer. Got heaps to do today, so. Can't always be ranting and raving and carrying on. But if I see something come up on the chat, because it only stays up on this screen for a short period of time, I'll try and respond to it. So, if you think the moon is its own source of light, I would highly, highly debate you on that. I've never seen any evidence for the moon creating its own light. I've taken pictures myself of holding the ball up in front of the moon, like a little white ball, just holding it up, and it casts the exact same shadow as what the moon has. The sun does. So to me it makes a lot of sense that the moon is pretty much our only physical celestial body that we see. There's no other physical celestial bodies, but the moon, that's why I say, is put up there to trick us, to deceive us, and maybe even do far more than that. Some of these posts I've been doing on Facebook lately, discussing this very subject, as saying that the moon is maybe some sort of watchtower, some sort of guard tower, put up there by whoever has imprisoned us here within this realm, surrounded by the ice wall. That it also traps, perhaps. Yeah, I've heard people suggest this. I'm just going to put this out there. It's not my personal belief, but I will put it out there that perhaps when our souls depart our bodies and we go towards the light, they say that it's the moon that attracts you, pretty much like moths to a flame, I guess. And we get recycled. We get reborn back into another physical human body again. That's a reasonable theory, one I'll sit and contemplate. I'm not fully buying it at this stage, but it makes a little bit of sense. So you just do a lot of what-if scenarios. So you think, well, okay, what if that is the case? And what if the moon is up there as some way of deceiving us into having much shorter and shorter lives than we should have. Don't know why I'm coughing. I'm not a smoker. Coughing. Had a good swim after a water hole yesterday. Put another crack in my arse, actually. A bit crazy jumping from that height, but it was good fun. So anyway, where was I again? Back to the moon. Being some sort of trap for our souls and a place where human souls get recycled. Now, why would they get recycled back into the planet Earth? Maybe because karma. You know, if it's there for a reason, it's not necessarily a bad reason. But it's there for a reason to educate us, so we keep coming back. A bit like, that movie Groundhog Day, where the dude kept waking up on Groundhog's Day until eventually he learnt to perfect himself. And perhaps that's what Earth is all about. We're just here to try and perfect ourselves in our own good time. Take it one day at a time, one lesson at a time. And therefore the moon is there as the place for souls to recycle themselves and get reborn again. But my thinking is, our bodies are potentially, I mean, mine's covered in bloody injuries and sores and shit, but it heals itself. Our bodies are constantly in a state of healing if we allow it. So potentially, we could live forever. That's my theory. But the moon causes premature aging. There's only one species on the planet Earth, that menstruates according to the moon cycle, and that's us. Well, my sisters of the human race. Females menstruate according to the moon. That's where the word comes from, menstruation. It's a monthly cycle. No other animal does it. Every other animal menstruates maybe once, perhaps twice per year. So if women were able to, through the power of their will, control their own bodies and stop menstruating so often, they could potentially live for hundreds and hundreds or thousands of years. But no, they're being manipulated by this moon energy that makes them menstruate monthly and therefore prematurely age. And by the time they're like 40 or barely even 50, they reach menopause, where men are pause. Where do these words come from? Where menstruation, there's that word again, it's moonstration. Where they stop moonstrating, they stop dropping eggs every single month. I think, if we trained our kids from a young age to control their own bodies via the will of their own mind, they could menstruate at will, not necessarily every month, which is what the moon is dictating. So there's a lot of lunacy in this world, which all comes from Luna, the moon. This is going to be a very slow bottling process. 4 viewers now. Hey, good to see you. I'm not seeing any chats though, so feel free to say something. To be honest. Yes, okay. That's what I prefer. Be honest. As I've always said, I'm a truther. And the way I see truth is, it's changeable. It is what it is, but our opinions of it are constantly able to adapt. That's what science basically is. You have a hypothesis. You put forth a hypothesis, then you try to disprove it. When you can't disprove it, it stands the test of time. How flat is Earth? Not very. You know, I don't like using the term flat Earth. I think the best term is actually planar Earth, because Earth is obviously full of mountains and hills and valleys and flats and so on. Earth is basically that which is above sea level. That's Earth. So calling it flat Earth is, to me, not a great term. I'm not a fan of it. I'll just say planar Earth. It's planar, surrounded by flat, basically level water. Bloody hell. I don't know what air quality I must have been breathing yesterday, but it's tickling my throat. Yeah, Earth is obviously as it appears, but you can never find curvature on water. And since 71% at least of our known Earth is water, where's the curve? There is no curve, mate. There's absolutely none. And believing it's there, somewhere out of sight, out of mind, is just idiocy. Only an idiot would believe such a thing, that somewhere over where we can't see it, well beyond anywhere we've got photographic evidence, it just curves into a ball and people live down under. I mean, hello, here I am in Australia. I'm supposed to be upside down according to you, to that belief. Not saying you personally. Supposed to be upside down according to this belief. And yeah, I spent a year over in the States when I was only 16. I did an exchange student thing, and I never once felt myself going over any curvature. When I came back again, I never felt myself going any curvature. Been to New Zealand and to the Philippines twice. Never felt myself going over any curvature. You know, this curvature only exists in the imaginations of people who are fooled into believing some sort of lie. And I don't buy into lies. What do I think of gravity? That's a good one. I'll tell you what I think of gravity. I think it's a load of shite. All we need is density and buoyancy. Now, I did explain this a couple of times now on the non sequitur show. Basically, air lacks density, so something of mass will take the path of least resistance to find a place where it gets arrested, where it comes to rest. It's very simple, really. Like the liquid flows into the bottle, but it gets arrested by the edges of the bottle because it's more dense than the air that was previously in the bottle, and so it fills its container and finds its level. And then I just have to start capping it. By which I'll do with this. Yeah, you can go down there, that's alright. This is just a casual video, by the way. I'm not trying to make big headlines or anything. Just here, buttons and beer. And happy to answer your questions, but yeah, gravity is just, it's a silly concept. When you ask Neil deGrasse, whatever he calls himself, Neil on the grass, and smoke my ass. What is gravity? He goes, oh, we don't know. We don't know what it is, but we can see what it does. And that's exactly what density and buoyancy does. It explains it perfectly without having to invent nonsensical theories. You just observe what happens, what's done, And so everything finds its level according to density and buoyancy. And that's exactly why we live on this planar Earth, and everything that's lighter than us is above us. It's really quite straightforward. To invent this theory of gravity and pulling together, every scientific theory that you ever see of somebody trying to do something proving gravity, where they put it on like a trampoline bed or some sort of tarp or whatever, and have these balls spinning around each other, eventually they collide together and they stick, and that's that. And that's what the moon should be doing to us, and what we should be doing to the sun, if gravity were actually a thing. Otherwise, a body in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by another force. So if you're traveling around something, say for example you're swinging it around on a string, as soon as you let it go, it's going to fly off in a straight line. Every single body in the universe should be flying off in a straight line, not orbiting each other. If they were orbiting each other, they'd be coming in together and going bang and sticking together. So yeah, gravity, bang, done. Hang on, stay there. Was the cat more dense than the air so it fell down? Is the sun flat? Cat? What cat? If something is more dense than air, it will fall through it. Simple. And if it's less dense than air, it may flutter through it or fly upwards. Is the sun flat? No. The sun's not a physical body. It's a interdimensional portal. So it's basically a black hole. The moon, on the other hand, is a spherical body. I will dispute any flat earther who tries to say anything else about the moon. It's obviously a spherical body. You can see the shadows on it. If we went to the sun, where would I go? Well, the thing is, because you're made of physical matter, you get annihilated. If you're able to, what's the term? If you're able to raise your vibration enough, that's the closest I can come to, you'd be able to go through and exist as a thought on the other dimension. But because we're physical beings at this stage, we can't raise our vibration enough to go through the sun. So no, we just burn up if we got too close. How do you raise your vibration? Well, that's a good question. How do you raise your vibration? By being less dense. Does that make sense? We are dense physical beings, and when we call ourselves dense, we think of ourselves as dumb. So by raising your vibration, that means you have to be of a higher, pure, physical being in yourself. You know, it can take years, it can take lifetimes to raise your vibration, to overcome the restraints of physicality, of the things you put into your body. You know, if you're putting dead flesh and memory secretions into your body, well, must be what I did last night. I went out for dinner. We out to a restaurant. That explains why I'm expelling mucus now. You can do it once in a while, especially when somebody else is shouting. You raise your vibration. Yesterday there was heat coming out of my body and I got a tan. Yeah, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Expose your skin as much as possible to the sunlight. It's one of the healthiest things you can do. It naturally evaporates out toxins from your body, and your body will heal itself when given time. That's why we basically should be always fasting, like 90% of our lives, if not 99% of our lives. What we should be eating is pure sunlight, which comes directly from plants or directly from the sun. If you're going to be filling your body full of dead animals and other crap, then yeah, it's going to take your body a long time to heal, and it will take it a long time to raise your vibration to the level that you, if, you know, we all seek and find our own level. We'll all always be at our own level, what we decide, what we have the free will to be at. So for some reason or another, I decided to free will myself into being a physical being again. I've been regretting it nearly all my life. I'm living in northern New South Wales, a place called Clunes. It's just between Lismore and Bangalore. I make no secret of who I am or where I am. No, I don't know Serbia. No, Serbia is like somewhere in Russia, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's kind of like not my territory. I'm not religious at all. The only thing I'm religious about is making sure that I feed my dog every day and take him for a walk when I can, if the weather's good, which it has been, and going out and just looking at the stars. I just love it. You know, I was sort of raised religious. I used to go to church every Sunday with my parents and family, and it was all good. You know, I loved it in a way, but when I was about 15, I stopped going to church, and then I started looking into other religions as well, like Hinduism and Buddhism, Zen Buddhism and whatnot. And I just realised, you know, Jesus himself wasn't religious. Buddha wasn't religious. But people built religions around them because they were just free-thinking, independent, got out of the brainwashing from what they were brought up with, away from their indoctrination, and tried to set their people free. Yugoslavia, no. Sorry, Kenora Blasphemy? I cannot read your name, actually. Can you put it in English? My city, I'm not in a city, I'm in a small rural village called Clunes. That's where I'm quite happy and content to be. In fact, I'd like to move out into the country even further, which I will do someday when I can afford it. It's called New South Wales, Australia. Slogger. Nice to meet you, Slogger. Thanks for dropping in, and did I pronounce that right? Slogger or Slugger? Andre, how you doing, buddy? Anyway, I'm still bottling beer here and just cruising, chilling out, so you're most welcome to hang out while I do. Not here to make big points or anything. No, Australia. Australia is like the opposite of USA. Apparently there are some idiots out there saying Australia doesn't even exist. I think I'd know if I didn't exist. I just got to cap a couple of these and then start bottling the next lot. Oh yeah, get back on there. Australia Open. No, I don't follow tennis. God. Apparently, though, I did receive a certain amount of infamy because of one short video I made one afternoon where I actually turned on the television and I started recording the television because I could see, you know, using this device you're looking at me through now, I started recording the television because the tennis was actually all CGI. That it wasn't even real. They were all CGI characters for one reason or another. Maybe they recorded the real thing and then CGI'd them afterwards. You know, I'm not saying that all tennis is fake for any second. You know, I'm not even trying to claim that. I was just claiming that what I viewed at the time was CGI. And of course, Quag, me old what the that whatever you call him, decided to pick up on that one as some reason to be able to debunk me. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, this is what you can find on me? This is the dirt you've got on me? You are upside down? Nah, mate. Woke. Yeah. Oh, I needed to do that to that box. Anyway. That's why we have duct tape. Fuck. I don't know why I bothered. And today's date is, oh, fuck if I know. Let's just estimate. Let's see what this one has to say. 28th. 28, 1, 19. Let's write it down twice in case we forget. Sweet. First bottle in the box. Second box to go. Why you no clean hair? I cleaned my hair last week. What are you talking about? Job in life. Okay, well, my job I currently have is casual, and I take what I can get. I'm working as a traffic controller, so I just stand there by the side of the road in the fucking hot sunshine, holding up a sign, trying to save people's lives and their cars from getting destroyed by searing hot 200-degree tar as it gets sprayed down at the moment. That's what I do. I'll do whatever jobs I can find to, you know, afford to have a living, pay my rent, make my home brew, which is what I'm doing right now, is making home brew. So every time you see me do 12 of these, that's a box of about 50, 60 bucks, which I'm making for about 10 bucks. So that's what I do. I've survived. I float. Thanks, Andre. I gotta go. Okay, see you. Playlist, whatever your name is. I'm from Australia, for fuck's sake. Stop trying to think I'm from somewhere in Romania or Bucharest or something. On one side of my family, I'm 8th generation Australian. On the other side, I'm 9th generation Australian. So I'm basically 8th, 9th generation Australian, which added together would be about 17. Which, if anybody's ever actually cares to look into numerology, as I once did, 17 ends up being what my name, Ross Thatcher, adds up to, and not through normal numerology like a lot of people use, 1 to 26 on the alphabet or something. No, this is the Hebrew Kabbalic numerological system, where not all letters are as appears. I got it through Linda Goodman's Star Signs book, and I learned a lot about numerology through that. 17 is basically my number, which 1 and 7 turns into an 8. My birth date being 22nd, 2 and 2 is a 4, so it's like 4 and 8, and 4 and 8 are the numbers of fate and destiny. So for some reason or another, I'm here. Fate and destiny. No worries. See you later, unpronounceable name. As I said, I'm just here for a chill hangout while I bottle some beer. Anybody who wants to ask me actual questions that I can answer, I'll be happy to give it my best shot. Don't be derogatory about my country. It depends which tree you fell out of. I'm sure it was a pretty one. But yeah, for fuck's sake, no. Don't do that. I hate when the bloody whole thing drops off. Go in there. Yes. Whew. When that comes at the bottom of the pourer, we have a problem, Houston. It goes that way. That looks more like it. Ha, and we're back in business. I do hate when that happens though. I have to dry my hand. Thank goodness I prepared a towel earlier. You know what? I think it's beer o'clock. Hang on. Oh, chat came up for a second there. Let me see if I can bring it back up. Talk about time, or the illusion of time. Okay. Andre? Is that how I pronounce it? Andre? Andrion? Well, time. There's not really that much to really discuss about time. Time is now. This is where we are. This is where we exist. The concept of time is basically a way of dividing up, say, measurable quantities of watching the sun going around us. Yeah, it is an illusion. It's an illusion based on the reality of physical factors. And so we measure the physical factors and we give them names. We quantify them. That's the word I'm looking for. We quantify them. And so when we give something a quantity, it sort of becomes, to our minds, some sort of reality. But it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a reality. I mean, the whole idea of time travel, fascinates me. I love it. I'm always thinking, shit, I should write a letter and go and plant it somewhere in the ground where a future self of me can dig it up and say, I give you permission to come back and visit you at this certain time. And I keep thinking, well, why don't I do that? Why haven't I done that? What's stopping me from doing that? And I think the thing is because deep down inside I know it's not really possible. That when I dig that up in the future, I'll say, okay, I've given myself permission. You know, I've granted myself that right to break the time-space barrier, or whatever you might call it. There's got to be rules. I think there's got to be rules about space and time. That's why I grew up as a kid loving Doctor Who. Doctor Who was like one of my favourite shows, and when I found it again as a bit of an adult, I don't know why that keeps popping up like that. We found a new comment. As I found Doctor Who, there was always a rule that you can't go back and change certain things, but you can prevent certain things from happening. But by preventing them from happening, it's like if you, for example, went back in time and prevented your grandfather from meeting your grandmother. Maybe I'll have to scroll up. There we go. Yeah, say you went back in time and you prevented your grandfather from impregnating your grandmother, and therefore your parents never got born, then therefore you would never get born, and therefore you can't go back in time and change it. So therefore whatever happened, happened. It's gonna happen, it's inevitable. It has to have happened as it happened. You can't go back and change whatever is. So what is. And I think that's the best attitude to have towards everything in life, is it is what it is. Just deal with it. And let me get this beer bottle because it's going to take me all day. Michael Seed sent an attachment. He likes to go live. I'll just shut that off. G'day Michael anyway, by the way. He's pretty cool. He's a glued on guy. I like his stuff. Michael Seidel, I believe. S-C-I-D-L. Look him up. There's a lot of glued on people, yeah. And I'd like to keep saying, you know, a true leader creates more leaders. He doesn't look for followers. So honestly, I'm not looking for followers. But if I can create stronger minds out of the wisdom I've gained, that's my job, is to pass it on. Time is filling up a beer bottle. And being in the moment. And there we have another one. $12 per box. The number 12 comes up a lot. 12 hours in a day. Cut a circle. Or take a circle, cut it into 4 quarters, and then you divide each quarter into thirds. There's where you get your 12 from. That's where all our time counting comes from. 12 hours on a clock. But for some reason, they decided to make it a 12-hour clock when there's actually 24 hours in a day. Just to help keep us in confusion. 360 degrees in a circle. Divide that down and you see clocks and compasses and everything is all based on the same sort of stuff. Where's the universe from a second ago? It's in the same place as it is now, in your head. It's all an illusion. Everything is within. Once you grasp that, you talk about space when you talk about time. As I say, it's all, everything is within. And you're just supposed to be a conscious being able to, yeah, it is a mental place. Yep, universe is a mental place. Absolutely. It's what some people try to say, this synthetic. Oh, no, that's not the right word. I can't think of the right word at the moment. But calling it a illusional place, absolutely. Everything is within. Think about it. If you lost your consciousness, where is your universe to you there? Where is it now? It only exists because you have the senses to detect it, to determine it, and to believe whatever you want to believe it is. Apart from that, it doesn't really exist. As I like to say, there's at least 8 billion different versions of the universe at the moment. Simulation, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, and that's a good word because it's a good hypothetical thing to think through your head and say, just imagine that you're in a simulation and nothing ever existed until like 3 seconds ago, and that all your memories are just recorded data into the computer or something of your brain. You can't disprove it either way. It's information. Simulation of what? Well, simulation of what we basically, I mean, if you sat down and thought about it for long enough, which I've done, you would think that this world is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what we've created for ourselves out of boredom, because once we explore everything that is possible to be known, eventually you're going to have some idea where maybe you don't know what's going on. And how can you fool yourself into not knowing what's going on? Oh, let's get born into a tiny little baby and then re-explore it again for ourselves. That's what we do. That's what it's all about. And it's fucking awesome. Even if we do have to sit here and make our own brew. I missed your last comment. Let's see if it comes up. No. No, that didn't work either. Oh well. It'll come back up again shortly. Just hit a period or something and send it, because the comment didn't show. I could see it was there, but I just couldn't read it. Oh, me on that button. There it is. This world is far, far away to be perfect. It's a place of slavery and madness. Exactly. That's pretty much what my message has been. Why I didn't go to university myself, because I could just see myself being enslaved as another person to become another tool in the machinery of this destruction. But you know, I'm feeding 3 kids into that machine, so who am I to speak? We just do what we got to do. We just basically want to survive. And if this is the world we're thrown into, then this is the world we'll do our best to survive into. And that's why for the last 2 weeks I've been standing on the side of the road in the blazing hot sun with a stop and go sign, doing what I have to do so I can pay some bills. I can buy some ingredients to make my own beer. You know, I live very mealy, and I try not to complain too much, except when I'm really broke. Come on, get on top. And life is what it is. Yeah, we live in the here and now. So, I don't know about this whole concept of time travel. It doesn't happen. Woohoo. Another $50, $60 box. Where'd I put the pen? 28/1/19. Alright, getting into it. Okay, any more comments? Have you considered that the moon may be a reflection of the sun Pete? Hang on, what was that last one? Come back up again. Ross has been drinking on the job, I bet. Mate, it's a public holiday. I'm bloody drinking on the job, you damn straight, mate. I would never consider... It's a nonsensical question, mate. How can the moon be a reflection of the sun? It's illuminated by the sun. Simple as that. Yeah, it's illuminated by it. How could it be a reflection? Reflections come off water or a mirror or something like that. Maybe off the back of a lens of a camera sometimes. But the moon is what it is. It's what we see it as. It's a real object. It's a spherical body suspended in the sky, illuminated by the sun. And I will not entertain what the light is not what we think it is, Ross. There are waters beyond, ask Jesus. Okay, well, where's Jesus? How can I ask a dude that died like 2,000 years ago? What are you talking about? You know, ask Jesus. I think I'd rather let him rest in peace, and if he's ascended into heaven, as we're told he's done, then cool. Let him be. The moon is a reflection of solidity. How would you know a reflection from the thing itself? Well, because quite simply, you see the thing itself, and then you see the thing it's reflecting off, like the water. If you're just thinking that you're seeing the reflection, well, where's the real thing? It's pretty well common sense, you know. What you see is what you get, and what you get is your own perspective of reality. I just meant the Bible says there are waters beyond. I'm not ruling out entirely that there are waters beyond, but still, we have to go off the available evidence. And the available evidence is we see the moon. We see the moon rise as the sun sets, the only time it's ever full. And so therefore we see the full reflection. I hate using the term reflection. We see the whole side illuminated by the sun. It's not necessarily a reflection, but all light is basically a reflection, so it's technically correct, but it's not the best word to describe how we see the moon. It's illuminated by the sun. Very bloody obvious and basic. You can hold a ball up, as I've done multiple times, in the daylight, when you can see the moon in the daytime. Hold a white ball up in front of the moon and take a picture of it, and it will show the exact same shadow as the moon does. Now, how is a self-illuminating moon doing that? It doesn't. It's, you know, it's one of the biggest flat Earth errors. Maybe he didn't died. Good one, Andre. Thinking about Russell, water reflective, invisible barrier above. Oh, g'day, Billy. Pete, watery, reflective, invisible barrier above. Reflective and invisible. What the fuck, mate? Are you serious? Jeez. Anyway, time I bottle another carton. This isn't going to plan either. Oh well, nothing ever does. Watery, reflective, invisible barrier. Is that seriously what you said? Come on, think about it. Still, we need time for us to make science method work. That's what science is all about. It's reviewing everything, questioning everything, and then changing the hypotheses as they evolve in a way. I'm not a believer in evolution either. If you want to talk about evolution, I'm quite happy to answer that as well. I believe everything is as it is, recreates itself according to its own kind. So therefore, cats never come from dogs, dogs never come from cats, mice never come from elephants, and so on. Everything reproduces according to its own kind, as it was set out from the start. If there was ever a start. Frequency, for example. Well, frequency is good, yeah, because frequency is basically vibration. So everything is vibration. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but that's a frequency. It's a vibration of something moving through the air, and so our ears can pick it up as a certain vibration. Everything is frequency and vibration. And corgets, I don't even know what a corget's sentient though. You'll have to expand on that one for me. Everything, every single thing, every thought you have, every move you make, everything is a vibration, and it creates its little place and time in space and time, and it exists as a reality, and then we move past it, and that frequency dims as we move on. That's pretty much how it always works. It's you come into the light, you exit the light. Frequency and vibration is density and buoyancy in a more localized sense. You ever pray? Well, prayer is just the thought. Of course, I have strong thoughts all the time, so you might call that prayer. But sometimes prayer is devoted to a certain deity or something, and I don't do that. You know, you give your thoughts out to the universe, absolutely. If that's considered prayer, then yeah, I'm in constant prayer. But I don't get down on my hands and knees and devote myself to a deity to try and fulfill my wishes. Never. That's cool. I've got no problem with people that pray. If it works for you, by all means, do whatever works. I just think, okay, live in reality. Don't appeal to deities to make your reality what you want it to be. Appeal to your higher self. Because your higher self, when it dwells in your body, is where the truth comes from. And then you realize, well, I don't need great wealth. What you find is, if you have possessions, what's another word for possessions? Is to be possessed. And so if you've got great possessions around you, You're being possessed by them. And they're what holds you down and stops you from being whatever you possibly could be. Thanks, mate. Now, everything has a dual side. So you think about it. What you think you own owns you. So just give freely. Better to give than receive. Oh, missed that one. The cause and effect are the same thing in a different form. Exactly, mate. It's exactly right. The cause is the effect, or the effect comes from the cause. And we're just magnets. We just magnetize whatever we think, according to your beliefs, so it will be. That's just how it works. Whatever you're thinking, it's what you magnetize. That's what comes to you. And that's what happens. And so I just laugh and look at my own life and say, oh well, if this is what I've magnetized to myself, so be it. Nothing can take me down. I'll just keep doing what I do. That's what karma is all about. Cause and effect. Reaction, or action, reaction. Drink the beer, have to piss out the beer. Damn, it's getting hot, even though I'm down here in the coldest part of the house. The music stopped for some reason. I might have run out of internet. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, I can hear it. Wow, 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 wow. You've been thunderstruck. Tell you what we should do. We should have another look at Quag. Because that just tickles my funny bone. Let me look him up. This would be funny. Wrong device pin. Come on. That was pretty close. For fuck's sake. This one should be funny. I haven't watched this one yet.
Brilliant. $10. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I will for a long time because I'm really enjoying this, and the support you guys give me is insane. So thank you.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
Mr. Cheswick, you're funny. Let me find the other one. Yeah, close. This one's back a couple of weeks, I believe. Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Hello, Flatties and Globe Defenders. It's Critical Thing from Down Under. And today we have a relative newcomer to the Flat Earth debunking. But now, due to health issues, he's housebound, but that gives him plenty of time to serve up some trouble for the Flat Earthers. Won't you please welcome Fight the Flat Earth?
What the Flat Earth?
What do you have to do? Now.
I can tell you, then I'm gonna have to kill you. Yeah, so would you like to tell us a little bit about how you got to the situation of not being able to work anymore?
Well, I was in the Royal Navy, and I was trying to fix something that was supposed to be locked out in the bridge, so that the mechanics of it wouldn't operate. The machinery wouldn't move, but it wasn't locked out properly, so a hydraulic piston engaged when it shouldn't have and pinned me against the bulkhead, crushed my shoulder, my chest, snapped my collarbone, pinned me and pushed me against it in an awkward position, twisted my knee, and that was the end of my military career. They're talking about taking my leg off in the next year or so.
He fucking took himself out, useless wanker.
I'd rather have a prosthetic and learn to deal with that than have to go through knee surgery every few years or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I can't work anymore. I tried as much as I could. I didn't ever want to be in a situation where I was
Took
relying on
himself
sticking
out.
belts and stuff, but that's where I
Working
am
for the
now.
military.
Hey, I'm Craig from Esports Scotland.
And I'm Emma. Welcome to our first episode of Esports Scotland TV.
Grab yourself some cool merch at my store with the link in the description, and for the first month of 2019 I'm going to offer 20% off if you use the code FTFE20 at the checkout.
So these some of your hobbies include video.
My wife and I, to be honest, games is one of the reasons why we got married. Our love of video games that we both had cemented the fact that we could spend time together and be happy together. And I've been married to her for 12 years, and for nearly every evening of those 12 years, we'll sit down together and we'll play some video games together. Gaming is a lot of fun, and I'm in pain a lot of the time, and for me it's helped take my mind off a lot of things.
Well, yes, I'd say I'm a bit of a gamer myself, but obviously I don't get much time to play games these days. I just keep an eye on the chat here. Where's Wally says, oh, Flat Earth is a big game, really, so he thinks you're playing a big game here.
You can equate that to gaming, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think gaming is that idiotic. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you probably have to be more intelligent to play video games than be a flat earther.
Oh god, I can't hold it on any longer.
What have you got planned in the
I can't hold it up. What a fucking joke. Anyway, I've got beer in the bottle. If you want to keep watching. Stop it. Yeah, I did. Sorry, mate. I apologise for bringing that on. I just need to have a break from talking. Anyway, apparently the non-secretary show want to bring me on again soon. Maybe next weekend or the weekend after. I'm up for it. I'll take on anybody, I don't care. I'm a truther. And all I care about is the truth. How long do you cook dog for? Probably 0. I recommend not cooking dogs. Yeah, they're mammals as well. I recommend not cooking any mammals and mostly eating raw food if you can. It's okay to eat a bit of fish or fowl occasionally, but the majority of your diet should just be raw, natural food as nature gives it to you. Oh, that's the last one, eh? I'm almost tempted to find another one of this quag. Quag is such a quack up. Let me hit back. Hang on, I'll better fill this up first and then I'll find it for you. This will be funny. Oh. Thunderstruck. Oh shit, wrong button. Oh fuck.
But my
Too
question
many
to people
wrong
like
buttons.
this is, what will you accept as evidence? Because I've got a standing invitation to go on to the shed for Beyond Imagine.
Shut up. Fuck. Yeah, let's go here. Hit that. Shut. Okay. I'm sure there's one other one here that was just hilarious. No, I want to do the driving in his car. This one. Check this out. Let me see if I can go big screen.
Hey, I'm Craig. Welcome back to Fight the Flat Earth, the channel that dangles stupidity off a tall building, makes it beg for its life, and then still drops it anyway.
Fight the flat earth.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Craig, and you're watching Married to Xbox. And we're going to need some help
Married
to do
to
this
Xbox.
because, you know, RL takes up a lot of our time. Yeah, with Patreon, we can reward anyone who supports us with some really cool incentives.
Fight the flat earth.
Hi, I'm Emma from Esports Scotland.
And I'm Craig. Welcome to this special edition of Esports Scotland TV.
Fight the flat earth.
Hey, I'm Craig from Esports Scotland.
And I'm Emma. Welcome to our first episode of Esports Scotland TV.
We're here to let you know all about the Scottish Esports League and our upcoming first live event, Esports Scotland Big Fest 2018.
Fight the flat earth.
Welcome back to Married to Xbox on YouTube. I'm a massive fan of video games. I know, shocker, right? I'm also a fan of superheroes, especially DC. Thanks for watching Married to Xbox on YouTube. I've been Craig. Hope you enjoyed me geeking out. I'll see you next time.
Fight the flat earth.
Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to Married to Xbox on YouTube. I'm Craig, Xbox Live's Married twin, and I'm about to take you through a tour of mediocrity.
Fight the flat earth.
Oh man, is it cold? Because I feel freezing. I don't need a doctor, I need... There's something else.
Sorry about this, guys. He's probably fine. He's normally a bit of a drama queen. Oh my god, I think I've got a problem. Oh crap, he's a zombie. Great. Okay, I'm gonna get some help. Snake in the garden. No, wrong monster.
Xbox. Fight the flat earth.
Don't worry, folks. I still have lots of coins to play with Craig. Yeah, mate. You're fucking done.
Let's target.
I'll just turn that off for now. What a fucking idiot. Xbox Dada. And this is the greatest competition we have to the greatest truth movement in history. Xbox players. Ex-military, disabled men, housebound in their houses. Actually, let me... Oh no, I'm pretty sure he once had balls. You know, a lot of boys are born with them, but obviously he lost his along the way. Yeah, it's offensive to women to call that guy a woman. Women are fucking strong. I love women. You know, a real woman is strong. She has her balls inside her and she's fierce if she's a real woman. That's why I love her, a real woman. That Craig wanker, yeah, he's like something you skim off the side and you say, okay. The wanker joined up to the military, to the British Navy, and he nearly destroyed himself. Yeah, he took himself out. I mean, he's his own worst enemy. Yeah, we should just leave him housebound where he can just play Xbox all day. What a piece of fucking shit. Quag. I know you'd be watching this. You got nothing on me. You want to go round 2 on the non-secretary show, mate? You probably should have kept your mouth a lot shutter the first time around, thinking you could crucify me. You really said that out loud. You said it multiple times. You want to crucify me. You're living in your own head, mate. You're delusional. And I will fucking smash you. Fucking bam. It used to be... Yeah. Join up, you sell a part of your soul. Nah, I don't sell anything. I'm quite content and knowledgeable with who I am and what I am. And I don't sell my soul to anybody. They can come and buy a part if they like. I'll happily share everything I have with anybody. But these people who think they're going to destroy me, I will stand up and smash the cunts. You hear that, Craig? Exactly. Everything is all about defending yourself. And I will 100% defend myself, my family, even if I have to go above and beyond what is reasonable. Because that's what defense is all about. They might get back up again. You don't want that. Put them down, shut them down. And Craig, from For the birth. You're just a piece of shit standing in the way, mate. That's all you are. You're insignificant. You're nothing. I'll gladly walk all over you and shut you down. And bury you into the ground where compost belongs. You're worm food. You're nothing. It's not even worth my time to make a video. Like, yeah, trust me, I could easily make a video if I could be bothered. But I don't have the time. I've got to fucking bottle all this beer. Which is what I'm doing. If I had plenty of time to sit around and make videos like you do, you crippled, self-mutilated wanker, then I would also make videos showing you up for what you are. But I got better things to do with my time. So here on this public holiday, as I'm chilling out, bottling beer, I'm just going to bottle beer and chill out. Because I couldn't give a fuck. There, I put it. You've been thunderstruck. Well, doing fine. Yeah. Doing right. We've been. Thunderstruck. Oh, fuck. Alright. Got me thinking at the knees. Fucking hell. Maybe there's something there. Yes, there is. Thunderstruck. There we go. Well, doing fine. Oh, come on. Can't do that to me. Thanks, Johnny. You've got to be kidding me. Well, doing fine. Thunderstruck. lot of people think I'm falling down. I'm okay with that. Truth is, if I can get that right. No, that's not right. That's close enough. Truth is, I'm rising up. I nearly took a drink out of that. Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. We're doing fine. I'll take a breather. It's a good day to be alive. In fact, I don't think I'd want to be alive on any other day. Just this one. That never stops. You got to have a good laugh at beards, don't you? Less than half to go. Still bottling. Yeah, I might need to have a wee soon. Sometime. Two. Not three. Two. You mean thunderstruck. Yeah, baby. There's another dozen. $60 saved. Oh, what's next then? Flip tops. Let's do it. Let's just use these as I better write the date down. 28. Let's do some flip tops. Saves having to carry around a bottle opener anyway. I'll have a quick look at the chat, see if anybody mentioned something that I missed. Same defense, everything goes. Yeah, fucking oath, mate. In defense, anything goes. Defend yourself, defend your own body, your own family. I shouldn't even mention that I got charged with malicious wounding years ago, but it was all dismissed. Self-defense. All I ever do. Defend, not attack. If ever any idiot thinks I want to attack, bring it on, motherfucker. These hands are the hands of a healer. That hand is the hand of a killer. Choose your side wisely. So no new questions, that's cool. I can sit here all day, as I am. Nothing better to do. I've got to bottle this beer, so looking for a bit of intellectual stimulation, if anybody has any, while I'm doing so. Otherwise I'll just do what I'm going to do anyway. I'll even bring myself slightly forward, have another quick look on the discussion. Yeah, Billy Broadbag, you haven't really said anything new. That's cool. I think we agree to agree. Defense is fine. Still got a third of this large tequila container, the bottle. That's what I'll do. I see a big thing that comes up quite often, maybe this might instigate some discussion, is people talk about transvestigation and transvestigating people. Like, I mean, you have to realise right from the very beginning that all Hollywood actors are actors anyway. And so why wouldn't a bloke be able to play a Sheila and a Sheila be able to play a bloke? Because they're all actors. So I don't know why you get so hung up on it. It just is what it is. People actually get strength out of playing a character that they're not, as opposed to being their real true selves. And that's just how it's always been. Yeah. Either be your true self, as you are, or play a character, play a role, and get your strength and energy out of that. It's only the people that buy into it that are feeding into that energy anyway. So if you're feeding into it, you're actually building them up in some sort of way. Just let them be. What a grouse is about $18 for a 4-pack. Beating the system one beer at a time. Thank you, Mr. Grouse. A little bit of perfection sliding into my bottle. Oh yeah, even done now. Here comes the next one. Look at what have I done? Fucking up the tax man every time. Up his bum. Go fuck him violently. Give it to him extraordinarily. Oh yeah. One bottle at a time. We can make a song out of that. Go fuck him up the asshole violently every time. Oh. Damn. I hope you got that. Take a screenshot. Here's another one. That's the before shot. A lot of people feed into the things like that's. Oh, hang on. That's interesting the way you just put it. Thanks, Angela. Whoop. G'day from Queensland, Australia. Everyone, Ross is a bloody legend. Hey, thanks, mate. Blue, moon. I've got cracks all over my screen, so I can't read it really well. Moon landings is denied. It's fake. Mate, this one's for you. Come down to Queens, northern New South Wales. I'll put this aside for you. This is just the grouse. Let me go back to what was that one? Stop doing that. A lot of people feed into things. Oh, God. And then my fiance says hello. Hello, baby. It's 12:49 in the afternoon, Rusty. She says good morning. I love her. She's a lovely girl. She's what's kept me going all this time. Hi, baby. But I gotta get back. Come on. A lot of people feed into these things and say they don't like. That's interesting the way you just put it. Thanks. Don't go away. Check out the link I posted. All space is fake. A lot of things of Snell window photos that are legit. Moon landings denier. Space is fake. Oh shit. Get in there. Everything in space is fake. That's, to me, that's just done and dusted. It's not even worth discussing. It's just fucked. Yeah, they're bullshitting us, lying to us. As I say, this is just a cool, casual hangout as I'm bottoming beer. So I'll try and answer everything I can. In fact, hang on. This is about to overflow. I'll read that in a sec. Again. But the fact that it looks and behaves as much like a Snell window is, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't see through the cracks in the screen. Means it could not have been around or bigger around than they claim. We know everything about the moon landings are fake. Anybody that believes otherwise. Hello? Anybody home? Let me just have a quick look. Angela Renee and moon landings deny space is fake. Yeah. I think anybody of any amount of reasonable intelligence by now knows that the whole moon landing was faked. It's not even a discussable issue. It was faked. It was completely faked. From go to woe. War propaganda. So be it. Anyway, I'm getting through this beer. I've got like this much left to go. I bottled that many. And I'm going to keep going. Yeah, Stanley Kubrick. Absolutely. There was a really awesome interview that came out about Stanley Kubrick where somebody did interview him, apparently on his deathbed or close to it. And he fully admitted, 100%, yeah. All these conspiracy theorists, they don't know what they're talking about, but the one thing that they had right is that, yes, we did fake the moon landings. And yes, he did it. And of course that video got removed. But a few people saved it, and it's been come up again. The moon landings. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. 100% fake. And they did okay for the technology at the time, I suppose. But they lost all their telemetry data, and it's very painful to rebuild it. That's okay, yep. Just take your time. Rebuild it. Send us back up there again. Show us how it's done. No worries. Hungover? Fuck me dead, mate. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon here. Of course I'm on the piss. Water that you filtered from your 5-stage reverse osmosis filtration system tastes like fresh mountain water. You need to put some hops in that, mate. This is how I take my 5-stage filtration system through hops. I actually put coffee in it so I can taste coffee. It's like beer and coffee together. What the fuck? Why did I put coffee in it? I better put the phone down and keep button. Let's hope it'll stay steady this time. That link I posted later. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Moonlander denied, dude. It's nice to have a breather. Anyway, here we go again. Isn't it good to have a public holiday where you can bottle beer that should have been bottled like last week? I learned a new trick though. I used to put the sugar syrup into every single bottle as I bottled it, and then I realised, hang on, why don't I just mix the whole lot of sugar syrup into the keg, whatever you call it, and then it's already automatically the exact right amount for every bottle. Saves a shitload of time too. Yeah, you can thank me later once you work that out. I'm pretty fucking clever. Just tackling one problem at a time. The biggest one I'd love to tackle. I haven't tried beer yet, but if... Hang on. Stay open. Fuck me dead. Jesus. Let me try and stay that open again. Sorry, mate. Angela. Humans do make the best filters. Check out that link I posted later. Scrolling down. I haven't tried yet, but I make a lot of yeasts for breads mainly, making beer. Yeah, yeah, well, yeast does the same thing, I think, in both bread and fermented products of beer. I think there was another comment there I wanted to... Oh, the link for moon landings. No. Yeah, okay. I don't actually make my own yeast. I just take what comes with my whatever you call it, fermentables. Chuck it in. But I add, yeah, pure water, pure filtered water, a little bit of salt, lots of sugar, because that's what ferments into the alcohol. Of course, I make them about 5 to 6%. Maybe a little bit more. What was that one I just missed? You have to 3 to 5 going, feeding them differently to see how it changes to them. Yeah. Yeah, no, the more sugar you give, the more they thrive. And I know for a fact that our energy source, apart from air is a major energy source, but the secondary one is sugar. And sugar is what goes through our bloodstream. Fermenting the sugar turns it into like super sugar. And our bodies actually do quite well off it. I mean, if you overdo it, like anybody, you know, if people are going to drink a bottle of vodka, you're an idiot. You know, that's alcoholism. I might be considered a bit of an alcoholic. Yeah, I'm not sure of the fermentation. I think you want to keep it in the dark. I think fermentation in the dark is the best way to do it. That's why beer bottles are basically brown. It just stops it from turning into vinegar in a way. I mean, look at all our water systems. All our water systems go underground in the darkness, and they have to fill up full of chlorine to kill off all the bacteria. And I was thinking, that's just a really wrong way to go with water. Naturally, water would be bathing in the sunlight, flowing through streams and creeks and whatever, get natural UV sterilization. But we don't need to use this toxic chlorine. But in cases where we have to store water, as the ancient Egyptians did, because they had to look after so many people, they realized that if they fermented a few grains and turn the sugars into alcohol, that worked as a far better preservative of the water. So to me, drinking beer is just a most natural way of taking water. It's still 95% at least water. And all these people that want to put me down thinking I'm an alcoholic drinker type of thing, I'm not sitting here drinking 40% vodka or anything. I'm just drinking natural water. Staying chill. And making sure I don't get disease coming through my water. But what more could you want? You know, if I just preserve that water for the same amount of time without the yeast and the sugars in it, by the time I was drinking that, it'd be full of bacteria. I'd get the runs or something, you know. Making natural beer is intelligence. Sorry, I missed that one. Let me try again. Save water, drink beer. Yeah, and I do. I actually grab a nice root of ginger and put that through a juicer and put that into my beer as well. It gives it a really nice flavour. In 2 weeks' time, this one will be ready to drink. Fermented naturally. In the meantime, I'll just have to drink this one, which I've made already. It's okay. Anyways, I might have to call this live chat off if no one's got any more questions. I'll have a quick look. I have to try some time. Did a pineapple vinegar once. That was no good. Yeah, nice. The lighter thing is important with the sugar. Yeah, no, I think when you're fermenting it, you want to keep it in the dark. Kombucha, yeah. Yeah, I was into kombucha for a little while. It's good. But again, it's a fermented product. It's kind of like an off product if you think of it as that way. When something ferments, it goes off. But when you go off to the right degree, not too far off, then it's all good. It's all good, man. Cold boil, yeah. I mean, everything has its place and time. And natural fermentation, I mean, that's where fungus comes from, mushrooms, and everybody's a fun guy. Hail and well met. Hey, good on you. Oh, shit, that just disappeared. Oh, come on. No, I've got cracks in the screen. I can't read it. It says stronger. Anyway, hail and well met. Too right. We're not going to take down the powers that be one step at a time, but all we can do is be our strongest defences to ourselves. And here we are. And, fuck them. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. They can take it. I'll defend myself. I'll be true to myself. And I'll be true to everybody I talk to. That's all I do. We are living in a war zone, whether you realise it or not. A lot of people think we're not. They think, no, we're living in freedom. We have abundance around us. Hello. No. You are living in a war zone. You've been in a war zone for like the last how many generations of your lives without even realising it. And all you are doing is being brought up as a war fighter to fight their wars for them. And when you see through that, when you see through the veil, you become a free man. And That's what I do. Free man, seeing through the lies, not folding into their propaganda, and spreading the truth. Good on you, moon landings denier. Forever homeless. Angela, thank you. Strong beer. The only type of beer to have. We truthers. We're changing the world. We know it. We're the roots of the system. The branches and the leaves, all the leaves will leave. The branches will fall off, and all that will be left is the roots of the truth. Mate, I'm confident simply because I stand in the truth. I've been through fucking hell and back. There's nothing that can hurt me. I mean, if they want to crucify me, like Quag says, fucking try your best, cunt, because I've been through far worse. Nah, saying something is true doesn't make it so. That's exactly right. I will put forth hypotheses, and if somebody can debunk it and prove me wrong, I'll say, good, you proved me wrong. I haven't seen anybody do that so far. Anyway, probably time I called this a day. Who's this F20? Oh, F20 is calling me forever homeless while I'm sitting in the basement of this house I pay $420 a week in rent for. Okay. Oh, there were a whole heap of comments that come up. Angela, you're so right. Being homeless would be better than routine dirty work. Damn straight. I don't know why people just think I'm homeless. Like, for fuck's sake. I decided to let my hair grow in the last couple of years. And that makes me homeless. Well done. I guess Jesus was homeless too. He wandered around the world for 18 years. Going through India and China and Tibet and all the rest. I personally called you homeless due to your beliefs. Okay, then F20, What are your beliefs, mate? What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Do you believe you live on a spinning space ball going around the sun? And that makes you somehow less homeless? Okay, well, prove to me we live on a spinning space ball. I can wait. You believe in facts such as all planets are round. There's no need to prove anything. You are insignificant. Well, I'm sorry, dude. Dude, that's what you are. You're a camel dick. You don't know shit. You look at lights out in the sky at night and you assume that they're spheres and they're physical objects that you can land on and shit. Can you prove it? No. No. You're just one of these insignificant wankers that comes along using hearsay and you've got nothing to back yourself up. I don't know shit. Want to get embarrassed online by someone half your age? Just let me know. Yes, F20. Give it your best shot. You insignificant wanker. Here I am. You want to embarrass me online? What do you got? Prove to me I live on a spinning ball Earth going 1,000 miles an hour around the sun. That as we're going 66,600 miles per hour around it, which is also travelling 514,000 miles per hour. You prove that to me, you will embarrass me. Otherwise, you just made a real absolute dick of yourself. Come on, I'm waiting. Where's this 500,000 miles an hour spin going? The whole idea of having a clean shave is what they do to the slaves. When they enslave people, the first thing they do is they cut off all their hair. I'm a free man, mate. I'm growing my hair. It's taken me a while. I used to shave it off all the time. But now I don't. I'm a free man. Let's see what you got. No, of course if something's a possibility, it doesn't make it true, but it's still a possibility, and you have to entertain it until you're going to debunk it. Yeah, that's what science is all about. We just entertain theories. Every theory that comes along, every single theory has to be entertained, no matter how outrageous it may seem. Ah, where the fuck's me beer? So you just entertain every theory. And if you can't debunk it, well then it's going to be the strongest theory that stands the test of time until somebody comes along that debunks it. That's science. That is how science works. That's what we do. You know, scientists is all about propose a theory, try to debunk it. You can't debunk it, bam, that's the strongest theory. That's why gravity stood the test of time. Now we've debunked it because we can show that's a load of shit. Oh, F20 is still talking. Derps like him are not good for much anything else. Look at him talk for 30 minutes. Let me know if he says something worth listening to. If possible, believe yourself an idiot. By accident, by entertaining theories you must be stupid to consider. Well, F20, I don't know who the fuck you are, because obviously you're hiding behind anonymity, like most cowards do. Truthers stand behind themselves. They use their real name, their real face, and they stand up and they face reality. You want to be a coward and hide behind your fucking little F20? Then good fucking luck to you, you piece of shit. Come and talk to me when you want to be a real man. Because I ain't fucking got time for pieces of shit like you. I just use YouTube as it's an avenue. It's a street I walk down where I can present myself to people and be a real man, not like yourself, you little fucking coward. Just do what you did to come online. What the fuck are you doing sitting behind a keyboard being a little girl? You want to have a go? You want to have a go, cunt? I'm not scared of fucking anyone. Exactly, just let the child go. That's what I do. That's basically what I do. Let the child go. But I'm not gonna let you run your stupid mouth. F20? Who the fuck are you, cunt? Who the fuck are you? You want to come down here to my address at 2 Walker Street, Clunes? This is where I live. Come and face me, motherfucker. No, you're a nobody. Yeah, you're definitely a nobody. I'm somebody spreading the truth, motherfucker. I don't want to come to your address. I don't give your address out on the internet, stupid. I'll give my address wherever I fucking want, motherfucker. I'm fearless. You think you can do better than me, you fucking poofter? You're a gay cunt. Living in a gay country. Come present yourself. If you think you got something to say, F20, then you'll stand in front of my face and you'll say it. Otherwise, you're just a gay piece of shit. Anyway, this is the end of my live stream. Thanks for checking in.